Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from 6, and today we're checking out Itachi and Obito's dynamic. Naruto, Plotholes. Don't know what this is going to go over, so let's just get into it and see. Hi.
I sort of wanted my last video to be my last video, like, where I do something like this, and it's not, like, fully edited, like a scripted video or a collab, whatever.
Yeah.
Then, I got on Twitter, and I saw this hilariously bad, sort of plot hole thread about Itachi and Obito on Twitter. The guy's ad is on the screen. I'm not gonna bother to, like, blur it out,
wow, just like, here he is, cool, alright,
Space Cowboy Dom. And although this
the largest plot hole in anime.
He claims this is the largest plot hole in anime and manga.
Oh my god.
And it's the dynamic of Itachi and Obito. And I skimmed through the thread a little bit. I didn't read every part of it, so I guess once you get down towards the bottom, you know, maybe he's like completely changed sides or something like that. But yeah,
let's check this out. Interesting. Alright.
First message here, he says, to start this thread, the two Uchihas have opposite goals and are each other's biggest interference for most of the story. Who will win in a fight to the death is how I'll start the thread, but regardless who wins doesn't matter to the main point being made. So I guess he's just saying, like, who wins between the two doesn't matter. It's like the whole goal here. He just has, like, an issue with their dynamic. The favorite to win is definitely Obito, so we'll start with him. I disagree with this. Like, the favorite to win is definitely not Obito. I think I ran a poll on, like, who people thought would win between Itachi and Obito, and Itachi won.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying my poll counts for everyone.
Yeah. But
right,
I feel like majority of people would feel the same.
There's some form of evidence that maybe Obito isn't who everyone wants to win the battle. After the aftermath of the invasion from Orochimaru, Konoha is already left in shambles. It is a perfect opportunity for Obito and Pain to strike while Naruto is still young and the enemy is already weakened. So, the issue with this is that Obito and Itachi made a pact, right? Well, in exchange for Itachi joining the Akatsuki, Obito is not to attack Konoha or go after Sasuke.
And that's why when Itachi's dead,
and Obito honors
he goes, right, okay, we're going in now.
Because when Itachi dies, he said, there's nothing in my way.
There we go.
And I can finally go after Konoha. And not only that, I have a big issue with people saying that since a character doesn't act in the most efficient way possible, the plot is bad or something like that.
Like, what? No.
Because people themselves don't even act in the most efficient way possible.
Yeah, no way, yeah.
Like, you can't always do things the most
efficient way.
I'll get into this a bit later, because I'm trying not to spoil, like, some upcoming videos, but Obito is not who this guy thinks he is. Obito is a completely different character than how a lot of people interpret him. But yeah, like I said, I'll get into that probably a little bit later. This would be a good time for them to strike, but Obito has a pact that he's...
Yeah, he made a deal, didn't he? He was like, okay, promise, pinky swear, won't do it.
Why wouldn't Obito invade at the best opportunity? His goal of capturing the Nine Tails would be complete. People say it's because Itachi was still alive and wouldn't allow it, which brings up the question, why not just kill Itachi? Probably because he didn't want to. Like I said,
like Itachi's still doing stuff for him.
The best opportunity for Obito to invade Konoha, without question. It's not like he couldn't just invade it any time. Like, even when Hiruzen was there, Obito could have invaded and just, like, won easily. But he doesn't want to kill Itachi. I mean, this sort of goes back to what I just said about characters not always acting in the most efficient way possible. But people don't take into account, like, these are actual characters made, like, it's supposed to be a verse you're, like, looking at, and you're, like, looking at the characters make these specific actions or whatever. These characters can have wants and shit, right? Like, an answer I give people sometimes is, like, why Obito didn't just make 2 holes in his mask or something like that. Like, what if Obito just thinks the one-eyed mask looks cool?
Yeah.
And that's why he's wearing it? Like these are people,
you know,
or they're supposed to be.
they
People.
have like personalities of their own.
To be people. Like they have human minds and
Yeah.
whatnot. And on top of this, Obito is kind of lazy. Obito doesn't do things like this because he's a nihilist. He doesn't care about reality. He thinks like
Interesting.
life is pointless because he wants to make this whole new reality or whatever. Being a nihilist, like sometimes I remember when Jiraiya is about to fight Pain and Jiraiya is like theorizing that someone controlled the Nine Tails. And he makes the hypothesis that it's Madara during the attack on Konoha 16 years ago. And we get a flash to Obito, and Obito is just in the final valley, just chilling on Madara's head. Like, what are you doing? Go capture some beasts?
Yeah, man.
Like, I think we can all agree, Obito, like, he can teleport, and he's the strongest person in the verse for a very long time. He could have teleported to each and every village, kidnapping Bichu, genjutsuing them, and or killing them. And he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's because he's just a lazy piece of shit. And that is all there is to it. There's nothing else more than that. Like, this whole idea that villains need to act in the most efficient way possible for the story to be good, or the heroes need to do that.
No, don't agree with that.
It's just illogical. People don't act that way. So yeah, let's move on. Doing so would allow Obito to obtain dual EMS and guaranteed victory, capturing Naruto, destroying Konoha. After that, well, Obito wins, there won't be anyone else to stop him, the story doesn't happen. That's the first side of the plot hole. Now, the definition of a plot hole, I looked this up, like the definition that Google gives anyway, which is Oxford language, is like inconsistencies in the story that contradict like previously established logic or something like that. I don't agree with that definition of a plot hole because of the negative connotation that the word plot hole has in the anime community. If you don't know what a connotation is, connotations are essentially not exactly what a word means. That's a denotation. Connotation is how a word makes you feel. So, for example, if I were to call someone homophobic, right? That term has negative connotation, despite what the word actually means, right? Which I won't get into.
Yeah.
Whatever the word actually means, if I call you that, I'm probably not congratulating you for
on being
right?
that way. Yeah, it's like a negative thing. Yeah.
The word plot hole is always seen as something bad.
Yeah.
When in reality, you can basically chop up almost everything to be a plot hole because the definition is so vague.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I like to make my own definition of a plot hole, which is it's a hole in the plot that can't be explained by virtually anything. There's no way to reason.
Yeah, that makes more sense as what a plot hole would be.
I've given some examples of like Dragon Ball before, but I don't want to get too caught up on this. I just think that this isn't a plot hole. All this is he disagrees with the character's actions, and he's just calling it a plot hole. Anyway, about Obito obtaining dual EMS, that I don't think that that's true. Obito, it's sort of implied that to get EMS anyway, there needs to be this sort of compatibility factor between you and the person you're getting the EMS from, like close blood ties, like blood relatives. So like we see Madara and his brother.
Yeah, and then Itachi, Sasuke.
He obtains EMS, and then Sasuke and his brother.
Yeah.
Obito and Itachi have no known relation outside of both being Uchiha.
They're just in the clan, yeah.
So I highly doubt.
Yeah, I thought there's meant to be some sort of emotional bond there or something, like, you know.
EMS. And it doesn't even seem like that's something Obito wants.
Yeah, they don't even have that. They don't have anything.
Obito, at this point in the series, he doesn't even really fight. He just chills and gives pain orders. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's not like this is a bad thing by any means. It's just how Obito acts. But let's scroll a little bit more in the thread.
What have we got now?
For the other side, what if Itachi could kill Obito? There's already dialogue that Obito implies Itachi could have killed him if he wanted to as well. Just a few panels after Itachi did try to kill him with the Amaterasu. So, I'll pull up this game here. This is actually the manga reader translation, but Viz says sort of the same thing. And I like to use Viz as like as a translator instead of these random manga websites. But Obito does say if he didn't, he'd be dead right now. The secret he's probably talking about is the fact that he had Izanagi or another Sharingan. Because if you look at Obito, even all of us, right? I'm sure when he unveiled his mask and he had another Sharingan under there when he was fighting Konan, we were probably all surprised.
Yep.
Right? If you look at Obito, like Itachi is probably doing, you see only one Sharingan.
Yeah.
Right? So Itachi's like, okay, you know, you can kill him easily with an Amaterasu shot. Obito is probably saying that if he didn't have that secret, maybe Itachi would have installed 2 Amaterasus in Sasuke or something like that.
Yeah, maybe it was like extra precautions.
So, yeah, because he does say he set things up with the sight of his Sharingan, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't think this is a good point for, like, Itachi maybe killing Obito. Like, okay, we know Amaterasu can get the job done.
Definitely.
Cool. But even in that moment that it happened, even if you don't want to say Obito was off guard the whole time, right? At least in a conventional sense, Obito is off guard. Because think about it like this. Imagine, and this is like the world of Naruto, right? You're talking to a guy, and then his dead brother's unique magical eye pattern pops up, and his eye starts bleeding.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is that? Yeah.
You probably didn't know what was going on. And then,
very taken aback by that.
He got hit in the shoulder. So he did react a bit, and he didn't even react with his Kamui. Right? Like, he was so shocked, he reacted the wrong way. Because Sasuke is looking at his eye, and then the Amaterasu spawns on his shoulder. So Obito tried to dodge left, and the Amaterasu hit where his head used to be, right? So Obito's so shocked, he's not even using
Kamui, which he could just... I was thinking that, like, could have faced where it's like, he's so taken aback by it. It's like, whoa!
When does Obito do that? Never. So, yeah, I definitely, I hate this point in the Itachi versus Obito debate. Like, I don't want to comment on who I think would actually win that, because I do think it's kind of a weird topic. Like, I think it's Obito favoring, but there's like some good arguments you can make for Itachi. But this is like horrible evidence, in my opinion anyway, to say that Itachi could just kill Obito. So yeah, I think we're getting towards the end here. Okay, so regardless of who wins, the point is still clear. Itachi would have stopped the plans of the Akatsuki and saved the world. Why didn't he? This isn't his plan. This is not Itachi's plan. Itachi's plan is to die and have Sasuke beat him so that Sasuke is seen as a hero. It is not to stop the Akatsuki and save the world.
No, that was never Itachi's plan.
That's why Itachi didn't do it. Read Naruto.
What? Yeah, read it. What?
That's all I could tell Mr. Space
Jesus.
Reread the series. Just because there are people in Naruto that don't act the way you specifically want them
to. God.
It doesn't make their actions bad, or it doesn't make their character bad, or it doesn't create plot holes. It just adds flaws to characters that need them. Overall, the point is whoever killed the other would have guaranteed victory in their goals, whether they be protecting Konoha or Obito trying to destroy the world. Well, protecting Konoha isn't Itachi's main goal.
It was one off.
That part already with Obito. I just kind of went over that. And Obito isn't really trying
to destroy the world. No, not at all.
Right?
He's trying to create a new one, really.
I think up to a certain point, Obito was actually going to revive Madara with the Rinnegan, and you kind of had to groom Nagato for that. So if he has to groom Nagato, and Nagato is just not ready to, take up the mantle, or he's not ready to commit suicide to bring Madara back, maybe he's just not thinking of that, because his goal is to save the world, right? I genuinely think the only reason Obito killed so many people in the Fourth War is because they were literally like getting in his way.
They're in his way. They're stopping him getting his goal. Yeah, that's literally it.
So, whoever won the fight to the death would obtain perfect. What? Would obtain perfect Susanoo?
Why?
How did we get here?
What? Why would they?
I'm guessing things like EMS grants perfect Susanoo automatically. Well, that's just not true. Like, we see that with Sasuke.
Where's that come from?
And had become the strongest shinobi in the verse at that time.
That was really random. What?
The fact that neither did this is obviously for Naruto to be the main character, but that's regardless. The story shouldn't even have happened. Yeah, I just don't agree with this. It's almost like he took Naruto and then just made it worse in every way. He was like, okay, how can I break the narrative? Okay, I know how I can break the narrative. Let me take these characters completely out of character, take context away from all their decisions, and I'm left with this, where the story stops before Naruto even is born.
Yeah.
Or no, he would have been born by that point, but the story just stops. It's like, bro, of course it's like that. Like, you can do this with any story. Any story. There is no story that is completely, like, perfectly written. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get off. I'm not gonna keep making fun of Mr. Dom here. I guess I'll link it.
That was quite interesting.
Linked in the description if you want to maybe quote retweet him or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here now. Like and subscribe and have a nice day.
That was an interesting read. The winner of the fight would acquire perfect Susanoo. What? If you say so, bro. If you say so. Didn't realise that's how these things work, but yeah. That was really good. That was a nice little thing. Glad I checked that out. And there's a few other videos from 6 I want to check out, but yeah, until then, thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, links in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all that helps for the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that. And thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click the like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, all you guys, next time.